Super excited to dive into today's episode, we got to do the segments first because we love doing them.
We love doing these segments.
What happened once upon a time in Texas history?
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
In Texas history. And this is not so recent history.
Okay.
In December of 2020, the 4 Sixes Ranch was purchased by Taylor Sheridan.
I'm so glad you're diving into this.
So the 4 Sixes Ranch is obviously one of the biggest ranches in Texas.
Yep.
And it actually makes up, it's like 3 different ranches.
It's 3 different ranches that sort of come together.
Mm-hmm. And it was, let's see. Everyone wondered whenever the founder died what was going to happen because in her will, it stated that she wanted the ranch sold. But this property was listed for something like $300 and whatever million dollars.
Like, it's a kind of
ridiculous amount of money.
It's kind of property that you can't buy it and put a resort on it. It's not in an area where like...
Literally the only thing you can do on this property is raise cattle, which they have been doing since 1870. So fortunately, the 3 ranches that comprise the 666's operation, the ranch in Guthrie, Texas, which includes 142,372 acres in King County, the Dixon Creek Ranch in Carson and Hutchinson counties.
DC Ranch,
with 114,455 acres, and the Frisco Creek Ranch with 9,428 acres in Sherman County. All of those will stay together thanks to Taylor Sheridan
and Paramount Network.
So basically what's happened is Taylor Sheridan, Hollywood guy, actor, writer.
I wonder how mad he would be if you called him a Hollywood guy to his face.
I know, right? Probably really mad.
Yeah.
But at this point, he's made his entire career
in Hollywood.
Yeah. As much as he hates it, which seems to track.
It tracks.
Prolific writer, makes amazing television shows.
And movies.
Was able to convince someone to go in with him and purchase
the 4 Sixes Ranch in its entirety, right?
Which is such a massive endeavor. This ranch is almost as big as Rhode Island.
Yeah.
That's insane. And not only did he purchase it, he pledged to make sure that it stayed a working ranch. So rather than try and section it off or sell off little bits or bring on oil or whatever, he decided to keep it cows.
Yeah.
And I respect the hell out of that.
I love that. It's so, I mean, it's also, it makes me think of that scene in Disaster Artist with James Franco and Dave Franco when they're getting equipment to make the room.
Yeah.
And they're looking at renting cameras and
he's like, just buy it.
Well, he goes, we buy. I just picture.
Oh my God.
I picture Taylor Sheridan working with the Paramount Network people.
Because he was going to make Yellowstone 4 Sixes.
Yellowstone 4 Sixes and 1886 and 1932. Exactly. And who knows what other shows. I truly can't wait to see all the other things that Taylor Sheridan makes.
It'd be really fun.
But I just picture him talking to the network about locations and him just going, we buy.
We buy.
And
So Taylor, how much is it going to cost to rent the 4 Sixes for the seasons?
He's like, I got a better idea. Here's a check. Halfsies.
She wants $34 million for it. Here's my counter. We give her $100 million.
Yeah.
50 of it's mine, 50 of it's yours.
Yeah. And
Paramount has a controlling interest, has a part interest in the ranch.
But they can't do anything without Taylor Sheridan say so.
Exactly.
It's the best thing. I remember when he purchased it, we were like, dude, so much TV is going to be made out there, which is super cool.
It's one of those things where these ranches often get bought by giant corporations.
Yep.
And I would so much rather somebody with integrity and honor purchase that.
Yeah.
Even if they never let the public onto it, I would rather you uphold the institution for what it is. Than ruin it.
Exactly. Yeah, like ruin it with oil, a lot of, especially here in the hill country, a lot of what will happen is private ranches that have been working ranches for generations get bought and turned into hunting lodges.
Yes.
Like,
and
it ruins the land.
But
it ruins the land. It completely changes the way that we live with the land versus, at the 4 Sixes, they've been raising cattle in a godforsaken country.
Since the 1800s.
And so...
We're talking Charles.
All the crap we give Taylor Sheridan sometimes it is because we're jealous of his success.
Oh, 100%.
And again, I love that he has made sure to uphold the traditions of the 4 Sixes by buying it and making sure to protect the traditions. So,
and moreover, we get to see what's going on in the 4 Sixes very soon.
Yeah, exactly. Super cool.